Your cruise day one starts the moment you arrive at the terminal. Now, this can feel equally exciting and overwhelming. There are people everywhere, luggage being handed off, documents being checked, and a lot of anticipation in the air. The key thing to remember is this: they've done this thousands of times, okay? You don't need to rush, you don't need to panic. Just follow the flow and your vacation begins immediately. When you arrive at the cruise terminal, the first step is going to be to drop off your luggage. This is the luggage that you won't see again for several hours. So anything that you might need before dinner should go into a carry-on bag. This is where first-time cruisers often make their first mistake. They may pack a carry-on like they're boarding a plane instead of starting a vacation. Your cruise carry-on should include your swimsuit, your flip-flops, sunscreen, medications, any important documents, and anything else that you would want access to until your stateroom is ready. Once you dropped off your luggage and checked in, you'll board the ship. Now this is where it gets real. There will be staff members greeting you as you board, music is playing, and suddenly you're on this huge floating resort. Now the first thing that you'll want to do to get this over with is your muster drill and check-in. In a Royal Caribbean, the muster drill is very simple. Instead of standing in a long group drill like we used to do, you complete the muster drill nowadays electronically by watching the short safety video in the Royal Caribbean app or on your stateroom TV, or at designated areas around the ship. Once that's done, you'll briefly check in at your assigned muster station so that you know where it is and so the crew can verify you've completed it. There's no big presentation or waiting around, but each person has to finish their muster drill before the ship will leave port. Don't be that person that holds up the ship. Your cabin is not going to be ready right away. So instead of wandering around aimlessly, this is the perfect time for you to explore the ship or head straight up to the Lido. This is why the swimsuit in your carry-on is a must. You can grab a drink, find a lounge chair, and start relaxing while everybody else is trying to figure things out. While you're enjoying the ship, your cabin is being prepared and your checked luggage is making its way on board. Staterooms are usually ready by early afternoon, and they often make an announcement when they're available. Once your cabin is open, this is a great time to drop off your carry-on, freshen up, and take a few minutes to really take in your space. Your luggage might not be there yet, and that's normal. Bags are going to be delivered throughout the afternoon and into the early evening. One of the most important things you want to do once your cabin is accessible is to meet your stateroom attendant. So if you see them in the hall, introduce yourself. Let them know what time of the day you prefer your cabin to be cleaned, and also let them know if you need any towels, ice, or any other amenities. This little small thing you can do here is greatly appreciated by your stateroom attendant, and it's going to go a long way towards getting your cruise started off the right way. Now is also the perfect time to fully unpack. I have to unpack on day one. A lot of first-time cruisers will wait thinking that they'll do it later, and I used to be one of them. But when you unpack on day one, it has some real benefits. First of all, you'll feel more settled, your cabin will stay more organized, and you won't be living out of your suitcases all week. Everything has a place, your stateroom starts to feel less like a hotel and more like your home. So you've done all this. Now the afternoon is turning into evening, and the ship begins to shift into Sailaway mode. They'll be playing party music on the pool deck. People are going to gather around with drinks, and the ship slowly pulls away from the port, also known as the Sailaway party. Now, whether you choose to join the Sailaway party or watch quietly from a different deck, totally up to you. It is absolutely a moment you will not forget, especially on your first cruise. Before dinner, there are a couple of practical things that you may want to take care of. If you have any questions or want changes related to dining, like switching from early seating to late seating, or changing dining rooms, or reserving any specialty dining, you'll want to visit the dining reservations desk or speak with the dining team. If you do this on day one, it's going to give you the most flexibility for the rest of your cruise. You'll also notice that guest services is super duper crowded on embarkation day, and this is completely normal. Everybody has questions, and a lot of people wait until they're on board to handle things that could have been done ahead of time. Now, this is why it's so important to complete as much as possible through the Royal Caribbean website or app before boarding. Things like check-in, your dining preferences, your payment methods. If you can't avoid guest services on day one, try to go during less busy times or consider waiting until day 2 when lines are much shorter. Day 1, in the afternoon into the early evening, these are going to be the busiest guest service times. Dinner on the first night is another milestone moment. Whether you're dining in the main dining room or trying a specialty restaurant, you can expect a really welcoming environment, a really welcoming atmosphere. The dining staff will often introduce themselves, explain how dining works for the week, and they'll answer any questions that you may have. This is also a great time to confirm your dining times, your table assignments, or let the dining staff know if you have any special dietary needs. After dinner, the cruise ship comes alive in a different way. Royal Caribbean and most other cruise lines will typically have a welcome aboard show, parade, or other entertainment event on the first evening. Now, this is designed to introduce you to the energy of the cruise. They want to showcase the entertainment and help you feel like a part of the experience. Even if you're tired from traveling, it is worth attending because this is going to set the tone for the rest of the week. By the end of day 1, that thing will click, your nerves will fade, the confusion fades, and the cruise starts to feel relaxed and easy. You've unpacked, you know where things are, you have survived the busiest day of the trip. From here on out, everything is just relaxed and smooth sailing. So if this is your first cruise, you don't have to worry about doing everything right. Day 1 is about settling in, asking questions, and letting the vacation come to you. And once you get through it, you'll wonder why you were ever nervous in the first place. Relax and enjoy your first cruise.